The following video was brought to you by Mouse Pounder. Mouse Pounder recommends the YouTube channel Narrated. And I have to say, after looking it out, he does some great stuff. I was a very big fan of his Deep Space Nine video. You can check out his channel at the URL below. This video is also brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. For years, I've been on YouTube with varying levels of success. However, for the first time, I had found my computer was just not allowing me to make videos. I had been on hiatus before, whether it be simply burnt out or overworked.
Oh my god, writing is so hard.
This was the first time when, for an extended period, making videos was simply not an option. The idea of quitting outright seemed like a real choice. Do I step away from this channel and pursue other interests? If I continue, perhaps I should ask myself an important question. What is organized chaos? It's strange how my content has changed over the years, yet in some ways has stayed very much the same. In one of the last videos I posted, I briefly talked about how my first YouTube videos were comparisons of the original versions of Star Wars to the special editions. I deleted those, and while I might have the raw footage on tape somewhere, those videos are pretty much lost forever. I deleted them because I feared people telling me I'm not good enough. My voice is too nasal, my background is too bland, my lighting is too dark. I deleted them because I feared criticism. However, I had a passion for editing. When I first went to college, I started out in computer science, but soon transferred to broadcasting. Then when I went to OU, I started as an English major, but decided to pick up a film minor. In broadcasting, I learned how to set up a camera, how to cut a scene. But in film school, I learned the why, what film can tell us. I found that I truly love film, so I continued editing videos. Only this time, less personal content. I made music videos, the most popular being a music video of Neo and Agent Smith's fight set to Nine Inch Nails' The Hand That Feeds. My favorite was a video showing Anakin's descent into darkness set to Genesis's Domino. They were fun, but inspiration was slim, and I wanted to do more. Truth be told, I wanted to make a movie.
This set of the alleyway looks exactly like the real alleyway out there.
That's right. That's why we're doing Hollywood movie, right?
Well, why don't we just shoot in the real alleyway?
Because it's real Hollywood movie.
No, yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
But I was never happy with any of my writing, so I can never follow through with anything. So I continued with my life, working odd jobs and raising a family. I was married with a daughter, and by the time I was making my random videos on YouTube, I had pretty much given up my dream of making a movie, surrendering to the idea that I will never be able to commit to any of my own projects. I went to college for a third time, now for computer and electrical engineering. It took me about 4.5 years, but the third time proved to be the charm with me in college. I graduated with a bachelor's in electromechanical engineering and an associate's in computer and electrical engineering. A few months before I graduated, I found myself itching for the new chapter in my life. That's when I decided to start making videos again, without any real direction. I made guides on how to win pet battles on my then game addiction World of Warcraft. I also started my first movie series called Top 5 Reasons Why It Sucks. The series would eventually morph into Top 5 Reasons Why It Sucks, or does it? But once I had a college degree, it was time for me to find a real job and start my engineering career. So I set out, sending my application anywhere that would take it. I always heard about how engineering jobs were in demand, so surely I could get at least my foot in the door somewhere. I caught a lead on a paid internship local to me. So I went in, got the tour of the place, was given a start date, then got an email revealing they didn't have the budget for me. And that was it. No place would contact me. No one cared. I was now $60,000 in debt and no closer to a career than when I started. I felt ashamed of my inability to find work. My usual move was to throw myself into World of Warcraft, but I found myself getting bored with that and threw myself into doing YouTube stuff and taking care of my kids. My wife was working a lot, and I found myself having to take on the full-time parent role. This is when the knee-jerk reaction videos with my daughter were started. Even though I kept busy, I knew I could be doing more for my family. My wife was never home, and I felt my inability to find engineering work was a complete failing on my part. I tried, but after a while it was just like punching a steel wall. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't be the person I thought I should be. I felt ashamed and embarrassed.
All I hear is no all day, every day. It's fucking hard, man.
Only looking back on it now do I realize I was falling into a depression and doing everything in my power to stop it from overtaking my life. Eventually my wife left me, and I soon found myself an unemployed single parent in the middle of a divorce. 2016, the worst year of my life.
Fuck you, 2016. Fuck you.
I felt I was falling apart, and I had to do everything in my power to hold on to every piece of it I could. I did things I regret, but it was out of fear and concern. Things get messy when kids are involved with a divorce. Traditionally, in a breakup, the best thing you can do is walk away and not talk to each other for a while to figure out if it's what you truly want.
Okay, so what if I don't want to give up on her?
You don't call.
You said I don't call if I wanted to give up on her.
Right?
So I don't call either way.
Right.
That is not an option if children are involved. So literally, the one person in the world you trust most and would once do anything for has now become your greatest enemy. And no matter your animosity towards them, they will have to be a part of your life to some degree as long as you have kids, which is really the rest of your lives. So while 2016 was the worst year of my life, I reached my greatest low in the beginning of 2017. I lost in the divorce, which essentially gave my wife primary custody of the kids despite me being the primary parent for years, simply because she was their mother. I found myself living on my grandmother's patio with almost no personal space. My bed was located under a leak in the roof, meaning whenever it rained, I would end up with a pool of water in my bed. I was working part-time at McDonald's, the only place that would hire me. My paycheck literally didn't even cover my child support. This was the low point of my life. I was a complete and total disaster.
I've had plenty of Joe jobs. Nothing I'd call a career.
This was also important. I realized that I needed to change. I was not the person I wanted to be. I was not the father I needed to be.
Time to nut up or shut up.
One of the real perks of having your life destroyed is that once you lose a significant amount, you find you have to fill that back in, and you have some control over how that happens. It's the closest chance you'll ever have to reinventing yourself that you'll ever get. It just requires you lose an intense amount. With considerable help from my parents, I got my own place, got a job at a better McDonald's. I kind of ended up stuck working at McDonald's for a while.
Let me put it this way. I have an extensive collection of name tags and hairnets.
And a gig writing for the Sandusky Register, writing weekly movie reviews for them. I sort of returned to my channel, turning my reviews into short videos that hardly broke any viewership records, but kept me doing something I love. My videos were inconsistent because my hours at my normal job were extremely high. I did a couple more top 5 reasons it sucks videos, but with the exception of the ending part of that format, I found my heart wasn't in many of the complaints. Sometimes I could have fun with them, but it was hardly anything truly earth-shattering by any metric. I unofficially ended that series with Logan, which is something Fox should have done too, and just focused on movie reviews. I did my first comparison with The Dark Knight versus The Winter Soldier in August 2018. Still working at McDonald's now as a manager, I was exhausted, but I was seeing my kids more, and my child support was reduced. My first comparison tied my previous all-time high of 2,000 views in the first 24 hours. The previous record holder was top 5 reasons why Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice sucks, or doesn't. I'm not thrilled with my first comparison, as it mainly just focused on the whole privacy thing rather than looking at both movies more broadly. This is because most of the script was an abandoned script that I had worked on before that was just an editorial about how both movies view privacy. With the success of the video, I began working on Avengers vs. Justice League. To put it simply, that video changed my life. My channel was now surging with views. I was now, for the first time, getting a regular monthly check from YouTube. I could finally put serious work into my channel. I found a new part-time job that paid almost as much as a manager at McDonald's and found a real passion for some of my more recent projects. My life went through complete hell and everything changed for me, but what I found is that you cannot ever be afraid to do something you want to do.
You really gonna make this thing?
No, Greg. We are going to do it. Together.
While I am not a full-time YouTuber and still have quite a ways until I get there, it is a significant part of my income and what I now live on. And it is amazing. One day, I still want to make a movie, but right now, I have the writing and editing outlet that lets me do something I love. Throughout all this, I learned something incredibly powerful that is obvious.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
If you have a passion, you pursue it. If you can't, find something close to it. Don't settle for a career you can do but don't have your heart in. Without putting your heart into it, you will go nowhere. Pursue your dreams as much as you can. Some people who critique you are worth listening to because they have honest opinions. Anyone who says you shouldn't pursue your passion are just haters and should be ignored. They will say awful and terrible things.
And I'm gonna be a writer someday.
You know how that typing upsets me.
I'm sorry, Mama. A writer writes.
You're gonna be nothing.
But they probably don't have the same desire to pursue their dreams. So why should you let them stop you? As long as you respect others and treat people how you wish to be treated, be yourself. State your opinions. This is not a political channel, but I will not shy away from any argument as long as it's fact-based. P.S. For what's worth, I endorse Bernie Sanders. It took me entirely too long to learn this. I had a fear that if I was myself, I would never be a success. Now I don't even care if that happens. I've seen the worst that can be thrown at me, and I survived. So what is organized chaos? Organized chaos is my outlet to not just express who I am and my opinions and talk about something I love, but also a creative outlet for me. Organized chaos represents you guys getting me so much closer to my dreams. And with this break, I've decided to do a minor reboot of the channel. I will no longer work on a schedule and probably stop doing any normal reviews in favor of doing more long-form stuff. I will no longer stay up late at night and get no sleep before work to get a video out and have it be rushed. I will instead put more effort into every piece to ensure it is the best video I can make. You guys have changed my life for the better and deserve no less. Thank you.
You mock my pain!
Life is pain, Highness.
Pain don't hurt.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't be.